Hey everybody, so I recorded the next roast my DBD, so this one, whichever one you're watching, there's a roast of a knight and then there's a roast of a Kaneki player. I recorded both of those on the same day, and my dumbass did not notice while we were reviewing that you guys on like the OBS stream side could not hear the gameplay of the people who submitted their videos, like their YouTube videos and everything. I didn't notice that it was muted until far after we were done, and chat never said shit. Like, I had like 20 people watching both of these recordings. Nobody said shit. Nobody told me that you guys couldn't hear it. I didn't notice that you couldn't hear it. So unfortunately, there is no gameplay audio that is going on while we're watching, so I'm sorry for that, but that's just how it is. I can't do anything about it now. But yeah, I just wanted to let you know for the roasting of the knight and the roasting of the Kaneki players, that was yeah, there's no game audio. Okay, enjoy the video. It is time for another episode of Roast My DBD, the series where I help you get better through incessantly bullying you. And today on the chopping block, we have Lord Blue. Lord Blue has 809 hours. They say description: was trying a new build, had really bad chases and all around no gen defense. Well, let's take a look and see what we're working with. So, you're using the Knight, you're on the Sanctum of Wrath, which is a relatively interesting map. Probably, honestly, one of the least, cited maps in the game. It's relatively big, but it's also not, entirely too bad. Once you break, 3 or 4 pallets, a lot of the map becomes a lot easier to deal with. Your biggest issues are, of course, going to be, the loops like the one that you spawned in, but you are Knight, so you normally don't give a shit about these kind of things, and because you are Knight, you also have the ability to split pressure, so that's going to help you out. Let's take a look at your add-ons and your pucks. So, for your add-ons, you're running the Wanted poster, and that looks like an assassin-based add-on. I used to know all of the Knight's add-ons by heart, but then they fucking changed all of them on me, and I haven't taken the time to take back a look at them, so let me see. I believe the Wanted poster spawns your... Oh my god, bro. I don't remember. Hold on. Oh, that's Call to Arms. I'm stupid. It's called Call to Arms, not Wanted poster. The Call to Arms increases the maximum length of your patrol path by 10 meters and increases the movement speed while drawing the path by 2.2. This isn't that bad. I hate the new Yamoka variations. Well, good news, Cooper. They're not in the game anymore and haven't been since Kaneki dropped. So this isn't a bad one, especially because if you want to be, ready for larger maps. I personally put the Call to Arms somewhere in the, mid B tier. I'm not sure what Pixie thinks about it. But yeah, I would say Call to Arms is probably somewhere in the mid B tier because it's just good for you if you end up on a bigger map. And if you don't, you just draw it, super fast, and then it's just better for smaller maps. So all around, just a really good, robust, universal add-on that can fit in basically any build for the Knight. And then you're running the Treated Blade, which reduces your cooldown time after summoning the Assassin by 20%. Add-ons that specifically target specific guards only really work if you're building around that guard, right? So this build that you've got going on, you've got Jagged Compass, Gift of Pain, Leverage, and the new Houndmaster perk. I say new, it's been 6 months. I forget what it's called, but that Houndmaster perk, whenever you interrupt the survivor who's healing themselves, they become broken. Absolutely dog shit perk. Completely and utterly dog shit perk. If everybody in the lobby has a med kit, sure. What it seems like you're going for is some sort of anti-heal build and then interrupting them with the Houndmaster perk, but again, the Houndmaster perk only works if they're healing themselves. So, not really the best, right? You would be better off running sloppy or to make the healing even slower, and then when you interrupt them, then they regress in their healing. Really, that's it. Like, that perk is just dog shit. Like, if we're really going for, like, what do you run to win, then you replace the Houndmaster perk with, Pain Resonance, and then you replace Leverage with DMS, Floods of Rage, Grim Embrace even. You could even do Surge because you do M1 down a lot of people. So overall, I see what you're trying to do, but the Houndmaster perk is just dog shit. So, what about Corlophobia? No, Corlophobia doesn't work well on most killers. Really only on killers with like the 40 meter terror radius. It's an underrated perk for sure, but I don't think it would do that well on Knight. So, let's take a look and see how you do. Someone has scene partner. What was that? Yeah, they're not still at that chest, bro. They just opened it. Your reaction time needs some work. Yeah, exactly, Bratty. That's what it should have been. It should have been merciless, but for all heals. I don't understand. So, the Knight is a split pressure killer, right? The Knight is one of the best killers in the game for chasing two survivors at once. What you should have done was a half a century ago. Okay, so we're back here, right? We're back here, she's being hunted, and she ends up getting hit by the jailer because she's dog shit, right? So you're at a minute, we're at 1 minute 4. I'm gonna show you the exact moment where you fucked up. Ready? She drops this, you break it, which is good. Then she goes to vault, she's gonna go vault this window, right? Right here, you send your guard out toward main building. Right here. You stop, you send guard toward main building. Because one of two things is gonna happen. Number one, the person who you know is on that generator, because they're always on that fucking generator, is going to get caught by the guard. Or two, the Fung is gonna be caught by the guard. And now you're keeping two people busy at the same time. But instead, you say, no, I'm gonna hold W. I'm assuming what happened is you just brought a brand new shiny W keycap for your keyboard. Oh, you're on controller. My bad. So you just bought some new joysticks, and they feel a little bit like nipples, and you haven't been laid in 10 years. So you really like holding on to them, instead of using your power, which, you know, I kind of understand. I get it, right? Hey, what's up, Ruby? How you doing, baby? Okay, so what do you do from here? You don't take the jagged compass information in hand at all. You know where the gen with the most progress is right now. And you're not using that information to go and make sure that someone didn't come behind. So I'm gonna give you like a little crash course on the purpose of each guard, okay? The jailer has the longest chase time in the guard lineup. The jailer is meant to distract somebody, right? So right now, here's the information you have. You had a Fung on hook next to main. You know that the Jin with the most progress was where the Fung is, but you don't know if there was another person there. And you sent your jailer guard to this generator where you heard it being worked on. So here are your options. Here's what you should be doing. And hint, it's not what you're currently fucking doing. What you should be doing was you should be letting that jailer keep that Lara busy for a while. Turn around, go back to the unhook so that you can pressure them to not be able to get the heal, because that's what they're about to start doing. And then you need to go check on that other Jin that had the most progress. Something that, like, bad killer players do is they don't understand how to find the area they need to play around and play around it. Like, you have no reason to be chasing this Lara here. You have absolutely no reason to be on this Lara's ass right here. This has done nothing for you, and you just lost that Jin over there. Hey, you use the assassin in a chase. There we go. Looks like you learned from your mistake on the Fung earlier. So, I don't know if you know this, but when the knight got reworked, they shifted how his guard chases work. And what it is, basically, at this point, is when you are chasing the same survivor as a guard, and you are too close to the guard, it reduces the chase time of the guard, which basically wastes it. Remember, you are a split pressure killer. You have the ability to target 2 survivors at one time. And for some reason, the only thing you have been using your guards for is to attempt to sandwich survivors, which is a bad way to play. So now you're like addicted to this Lara, right? Like, this Lara smiled at you in the line at the coffee shop, and now you think you're both madly in love, so you're stalking her like a fucking creeper, right? You're obsessed with this Lara. Now, because she's playing with her monitor off, she's gonna go down here. But realistically speaking, she could have ran you for so much longer. Also, I don't understand why you brought this build if you weren't going to interrupt the people that are healing. First off, this Kate's a fucking moron. So, I get asked a lot, Joe, how do you know what perks they're running before you get to the end screen? Right? It's like a common thing. You'll hear me all the time. I'll say, oh, this person has this perk. This person has that perk. This person, yada, yada, right? The way I know is by thinking about the context of the situation. Okay? So, you see her aura here. There is nothing in your kit that gives you aura reading on a survivor. There's nothing in your add-ons, right? So, why are you seeing her aura? Anybody in chat know? Pop quiz? Why are we seeing the Kate's aura right now? Object, correct. This Kate has object of obsession, which means that she is also seeing our aura. Now, in the real world, this Kate moves from where she's at and pre-runs your bitch ass. But in silly Goofy Gooberland, where you apparently play your matches, she stands there and waits to take the hit like the good little naughty girl that she is. So she's going to drop this pallet. You're going to break it with Carfax, which is fine. And then you're going to kill her. Or you're going to hit the... You swing at that air, buddy. She also has Scene Partner. Leave her alone. Leave her alone. Leave her alone. Okay. Why are you playing the knight? Genuine question. Why are you playing the knight? Because it's sure as shit not to split pressure. The knight is not a chase killer. Or an anti-loop killer. They're a split pressure killer. You have one of the best map presences. Presences? Is that a word? You have one of the best abilities to be everywhere at once in the game, right? You can be in two places at one time, and you literally never use that to your advantage. You never one time use the fact that you can be in two places at once to your advantage. You are consistently putting people in chase and then running after them anyway. It's a waste of your power, right? Like, yeah, it's resulting in a down here or there, but you're wasting your power, right? You're not doing what you need to be doing, which is occupying multiple survivors. Think of it as like a pig who never uses her head traps, right? That is slowdown for her. But she'll put a head trap on someone and then tunnel them out. That doesn't do anything for her. That's a waste of her time. It's like you heard me. It's like you heard me. You finally realized you can distract two people at once. The Lara's gonna get chased for a long ass time. This Fung is a fucking idiot. Look at how long, look at that. It's fucking beautiful. Look at how long this Lara is being kept busy, bro. Isn't that awesome? And she got hit. And she got hit. Look at that. Look at how much pressure you created when you use the shit correctly. See, I know ZM Pixie writes a lot of cool fan fiction about the guards all having a group orgy, but you don't have to fucking... You don't have to hold the guard's hand, right, when you send them out. You can just send them out, and they'll find somebody, and they'll keep that person busy for a while. See, you're starting to understand it, right? Like, halfway through this match, someone flicked a fucking light switch, and your brain turned on, and you started understanding. Now, tunnel the Fung. Tunnel the Fung. Yeah, get that bitch out of there. Get this, what the fuck? Why'd you take that fucking corner like a semi-truck? The hell was that? Watch this shit. Dude, do you think you got a dump truck ass that's gonna get stuck on the wall? Hug the fucking corner, brother. What are you doing? Man, this Kate makes you whiff a lot. Holy shit, dude. This Kate has been breaking your ankles for half the match. I'm surprised she didn't spin you again, to be honest. Yeah, just send the assassin to that gen. Keep them off that gen for a second, and then you can go back. Wait, did you not? No, you did. Okay, I was about to say, there's no way you didn't place your assassin. But you did. Okay. I was about to get really mad. Why am I upset? I want you to look at this fucking freeze frame and you tell me why I'm upset. Why am I upset? Why am I about to hit you like a redheaded stepchild? What's the answer, huh? Any guesses? Could it be that you're using the anti-loot guard to start a chase? Like a fucking idiot? Yeah, exactly. See? Chat knows. Chat knows, why don't you? What the fuck is this? You're sending the slowest... You're sending the slowest guard with the shortest patrol path, or shortest patrol time, to chase someone. And then you're W-keying after her anyway. What are you doing? So, in a scenario where you're playing against survivors that have the situational awareness of like a ripe banana, you don't get that down, right? Like if the Lara had been listening to the game instead of her Joe Rogan podcast, she would have 100% known where you were and been able to stop you from downing her. These survivors are fucking idiots. One thing that always gets me, right, is every time I release a roast my DBD on YouTube or something like that, like, without a doubt, if the killer gets, like, a kill or two, every time, without fail, somebody will be like, well, it worked out. Well, they made all these mistakes, but they still got the kill. Well, they can't be that bad because the kill happened. Like, every time, without fail, right? The difference between you and me, and I hate comparing you to me because I have literally 4 times your hours, right? The difference, however, between us is that me against these survivors ends the game at like 3 gens. 4 probably, right? But worst case scenario, 3. Me against these survivors ends this game 5.5 minutes ago. And the reason for that is because you don't know how to recognize bad survivor play. And so because of that, you don't understand that they're going to keep going back to the same generators and that you can leave. I mean, you've gotten so many guard hits this game. It's actually insane. It's actually ridiculous how many. I want you to understand that I've saw at least 4 times where the guards landed a hit. That doesn't happen that often because the guards are really easy to outrun. And that's why so many survivor players think the night is like busted, because they don't understand that good night players use the guards as distractions, not as down potential, right? If you watch ZM Pixie, watch what she does. She will consistently send jailer or assassin after someone, and then she'll fuck off to a different direction. She'll just go find someone else. Because you can't do anything while the guard is chasing you, except be chased, right? So, in this scenario, You got this 2K because they suck. This entire match is because they suck. And that's just what it is, right? Okay. Your homework. I want you to learn to split pressure, right? I want you to learn how to split pressure so that you can actually use the knight. I am almost 100% sure that you're already subscribed to ZM Pixie. But if you're not, I'm going to leave a link to her socials in the comments. And I want you to watch her. I want you to ask questions, right? I want you to do everything in your power to, I want you to do everything in your power to learn how to properly split your pressure, because that's your biggest issue. Your biggest issue is you seem to think the guards are like a little chase buddy, right? They're like emotional support that you get to use while you're in chase, and that's not what they're there for. Number two, I want you to understand area control. Every single killer in this game should find an area of the map to make their own, right? Some killers do it better than others, right? And some killers have to do it, like Trapper or Hag, right? But you being all over the map at once is something that, like, Blight and Billy are able to do. Outside of that, no. You need to find a quadrant of the map, and you need to make sure that you're primarily hunting that area. But yeah, outside of that, that's all we had. As always, a great big special thank you to my channel members listed on screen now. You want to find out how to become a channel member today, get awesome perks like seeing videos early, merch discount codes, and personal coaching, then please click that join button down below. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next one.